Welcome to the NEOS Award 2024. We've got some new things this year. As you remember, last year we had a community award. We were remembering of our fellow jury member and queo employee, Flo Brix, who passed away very unexpectedly. And this year we tried to return to like business as usual, but not quite. Because we do have some very important changes. Because we have been having very diverse submissions every year. And very often with a different focus. For example, in one year we had a lot of packages. In another year we had a lot of public websites. So we wanted to adapt the categories to the submissions to have a more diverse result and to honor really great projects that otherwise would probably not have made it. And we wanted to give more projects a stage, and this is why we will be showing the nominees for each category. They will be shown in alphabetical order, so you don't anticipate anything. So let the show begin. And David, would you want to tell something about the jury?
Yeah, hello everybody. It's always nice to be back to presenting the award. Like every year, we have a jury. This year we had 2 new jury members, like basically every year. The first one is Julian. He is a software developer. He has a company in Hamburg. And he's not really from the NEOS ecosystem. He's mostly using WordPress and AngularJS in his company. But when I approached him, he was very eager to learn more about NEOS. And he came with a bit skepticism and he left with a lot of joy. Let's say it that way. Secondly, Philip joined us from VSCode, Switzerland. He's somewhere in the audience. Here he is. Warm applause, please.
And thanks to Julian, he wrote that he is watching the live stream.
Ah, very good. Hi, Julian. Okay, so besides the submissions, there is another very important part. It's the jury work. And we are those people who make all the evaluation stuff about all these cool projects and dive into very details about it. So how do we actually select projects? There is no really a simple answer to that, but in essence, it's a community award. So what does that mean? Besides performance, like many performance markers, it should reflect what the community is working about, thinking about, and what's the latest development within the community. And we also think that it's also about working together, learning together, and evolving together and overcome challenges and unlock success within the NEOS community. This is also something we really value for submissions. So, actually, I would need the next slide. Do you have to click on?
Of course.
So I also would like to welcome everybody to do the jury work. I can only say that's quite fun. It's also very, very interesting because you will get a very detailed overview of some very nice projects. And I can only encourage everyone to join us. So if you think you have something to say about NEOS projects, please approach us. It's not about that you're a specialist about everything and you know everything and do everything. It's more like that you value our core team or team values and that you are open-minded and the wisdom of the group will guide you.
So, let's get to the awards. The first one up is an old friend. It's the NEOS Award for dedication and contribution. Dedication is very much about caring for those tedious little details that are necessary for others to have a great experience. And dedication is the heartbeat of this community. And I dare say, the heartbeat of every human endeavor. Well, we have nominees this year, as I said. And the first nominee that we have is Sebastian Helzle with the command bar for NEOS CMS. When it comes to helpful tools within the NEOS multiverse, that's a term he just coined, Sebastian's GitHub account is one of the most fruitful resources. Besides that, he has won a ton of awards already that fill his shelf. This year, he submitted his universal command bar, which you can install and should. Navigate through NEOS, create content, search, go to the docs, and a whole lot more. Probably the biggest productivity booster you can work with in the NEOS backend. And the second nominee in this very special category is Simon Schmidt from Format D. He created the VSCode Fusion and AFX language server, but he did this all in his spare time, which requires a lot of dedication and patience. So if you work with VSCode and want to use code completion, command clicking, and have a proper error reporting, this is exactly what you need, and please give an applause to those nominees. And the winner of the NEOS Award for dedication and contribution is Simon Schmidt. Well, this one goes out to you. I know you're watching. And since Simon. Well, unfortunately, he became sick and couldn't attend the conference. So I would want to ask one of his best friends, Mark Henry, onto the stage and take the award on his behalf and hand it to him. And maybe you can answer some questions for us.
So on the behalf of Simon, thank you very much. Okay. So, you earlier told us that you're best buddy with
I don't know.
Simon?
Yeah, we chatted a lot and had. I tend to have like long video calls with people who I can really good exchange information with, and this happened to be the case. And yes, sadly he couldn't come here, but I always wanted to be here on stage and in the couch. That's what I wished for, but I like it.
Okay, well, but we have to make a setup for next year as well. Yeah, so can you tell us anything about the language server? Did you help develop it or
No,
use it?
I can't really claim any for anything that he did. It is actually one of the reasons that we are so good in contact, because I also tend to have like develop Fusion and Go and Dev. And then 1 year, I think it was like maybe even 2 years ago or 1.5, this is like a long ongoing project. I noticed him asking in Slack or discuss something related, and I was like, is he really trying to do this? Because I know the mental, it's just a huge task.
Yeah, it's a huge effort, and he did everything in his spare time. So
yeah,
that's also quite remarkable.
we did had like have had like a quick, long sessions about how it's best to transform this code. He took the Fusion parser that I lately rewrote, and he rewrote it into TypeScript via little string replaces and stuff, and extended it himself, and wrote AFX parser as well, and a custom EL parser. He had to do that all by hand because the PHP code was not transpilable, and this is it's
Wow.
a really huge task.
Wow.
And currently he is working on fake runtime so that the go-to definitions will try to match up as good as it could possibly get with a merged prototype definition taking into account where everything it's just astonishing. Yes.
All right, and do you use it yourself? Are you a user or?
I'm always the beta tester, or I have tested some of his early versions, but sadly I'm like a bit of PHP Stan fan, and there is also a plugin from sorry.
Maybe next year.
Christian Pette.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think he might have won an award last or 2 years ago.
Okay, I see.
But not to go in depth, but I like his plugin better. They're from Simon.
Okay. So
It's more advanced.
a quick show of hands. Is somebody in the audience using the Fusion language server?
Quite a few hands.
Few
here.
hands, yes. Nice.
Should be more.
Yeah, maybe they will get more after this award, but you should definitely get him a beer next time. So next year, please get him a beer. I think he will like it.
Yeah. One more thing, I think it's very important to have VSCode support because it's like an open source free editor.
Yes.
And PHP Storm is great, but it does cost. For any individual to start with Neos, having PHP Storm as a requirement to have like syntax highlighting was actually provided by networkteam, but for like completion and actually functioning go-to definitions, it's like basically an IDE. It's becoming like a complete integrated development environment for resources. You have template. You can like there is so much auto-completion. It's enormous.
I can see you're very excited about it. That's very cool.
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much. Make yourself comfortable here on the couch. We would like to invite you to stay, and we will move on
The next award.
to the next award.
Of course. So if you want to take it or ask his colleagues, and we're going to figure it out how to get this award to Simon. Thank you, Mark. Henry?
You can stay here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it is time to move on to the next award this year. This award will be the Best Application Award, and it should actually be named Neos and Flow Award, because one of the claims of Neos always was to be an content application framework. So there is actually within the community a smaller community just using Flow, for instance, and don't even use Neos at all to solving their challenges and problems. And we have other projects within the community that use both Neos for the editorial experience and Flow for all that business logic that is required to solve the problem. So the nominees are first. Okay, when I click now, is it?
That's just fine.
Okay. Okay. So the first one, lab report by Tech Division, a flow-based React application for oil check customers, enabling quick and convenient oil sample management online. Oil check analyzes the samples for various residuous compounds similar to blood tests, providing insight to the condition of engine and mechanical components like turbines. This process helps to exceed the lifespan and enhance sustainability. So that's the first nominee. The second nominee, Profolio, SMB Institut für Berufs- und Lebensgestaltung AG is a NEOS-based application designed to aid students in career choice classes and individual career consulting. Through 6 chapters of motivating challenges, it helps young people to answer, who am I, where are my strengths, and what do I want? The platform is helping them to find the profession they love. And the winner of this year's Best Application Award is Profolio. Congratulations.
Phil, congrats. This one is for you. It's heavy.
So please sit down.
I also got this one for you, for the photos and everything. So, where did I put my clicker here? Hopefully nobody's upstairs clicking around. Well,
Yeah,
how's it going?
fine, very good.
Very good. Nice to have you here on stage. So my first question would be, how did you first hear about NEOS?
I was developing Typo 3, and I saw like the initial start of Flow and NEOS. Remember first trying NEOS version 2 or 3, and I thought, nah, doesn't feel like to be used for production. But a few years later, I thought I need to try it again, and it was really, I think it was Peter from Internetso that put me to the NEOS again. And I looked at it and thought, well, now you can really use it. And especially also like Flow, like application framework. I also like to use it just without NEOS for projects.
Perfect. But just to make this clear, you're not in an agency.
No.
You're developing in-house all this huge, I've seen videos and everything. It's a huge platform with lots of functionalities all around, not only using like NEOS functionalities, also into CRUD models and CRUD forms and everything. So it's the whole package.
So we started about 5 years ago. I'm working as a freelancer, but it was like a team with a front-end developer and designer and other people. With SMB Institut leading the project like, as an owner. But we're like a team now that have also one in-house developer. But I'm working on this project for like 5 years continuously. Not 100%, but always improving and developing new features. And we still are.
Very good. So, what did you like most? Because it's a huge variety of stuff that you have in your whole application. What was the best part for you?
Like functionality?
Yeah, or in what you could program.
I like the mixture of like fusion, Neos and flow things. Like we have these challenges that are content pages, but there are content elements with forms, and every user can fill out the challenges, and they are stored per user. So there's a lot of user-generated content inside the content pages. I mean, every content page has user-generated content. So it's also a huge challenge for performance. So trying a lot to figure out how to cache and not to cache, and sometimes caching is even counterproductive, so it becomes slower when I cache too much because cache grows too fast, they're too big. And yeah, some parts are also cached per user.
I can imagine that. Very good. So what I like most about the project was that you help young people to find the right profession, because this is really something I deem very important for the future, because that is a hard challenge for everyone. You don't get this at school, and this is very. And you work a lot with schools, as I've seen, and I really like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Till. This is your applause. As you already know, maybe, we focus on 3 major categories in the NEOS Award. That is contribution, innovation, and impact. This year, we wanted to especially value projects that are outstanding in one of these characteristics. We already awarded Simon for his contribution. The next up is impact. With impact, we mean, what is the impact on the brand, on the ecosystem, or on the future of NEOS? And this year we had a lot of submissions of well-known brands, but those are our favorites. One of them is the AOK, the Allgemeine Ortskrankenkasse, a big public insurance in Germany. Queo created a digital ecosystem around the website deinegesundheitswelt.de, which offers a holistic and almost seamless online experience of AOK Saxony-Anhalt services and information. The website offers a wide range of user-centered content on the topic of health, which is tailored to the needs of users and dynamically played out on a category basis. Post-Sanella Health AG is a Swiss EPR provider, it's electronic patient record, or EPD in German, who was acquired by the Swiss Postal Service some time ago. Ongoing, relaunched Sanela and applied the Swiss Post Design System. Swiss Postal Services is one of the biggest employers in Switzerland, if you haven't known that before. And the EPR is probably going to affect every citizen of Switzerland in the near future. So the winner of this year's NEOS Award for Impact is Ongoing.
Oh ja.
Wo ist die?
Well, perfect. So basically we tried to solve this one beforehand, because at least we could tell people they were nominated if we saw they weren't in the audience. And so we tried to get a hold of Pavel, who might be joining us online. Oh, here he is, Pavel. This is your applause. Very good. So I hope you can see us. We can see you.
Yes, 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 I can see you.
And we can even hear you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Good. Congratulations on the award.
So how are you doing? You having a good
Thank
time?
you very much. I'm fine. Yes, 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 we do. I have. I should be outside camping, but the weather was quite too bad, so we postponed it until tomorrow. So hopefully it will work then.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit more about that design system and the impact on the Swiss community, actually?
Yes, the design system was built by the Post, and it's kind of a pattern library in different languages. There's some Angular parts, there's some Bootstrap parts, and there are also some web components. And if I'm right, we were the first company outside of the Post ecosystem who used this design system. So we kind of developed it, and we kind of fixed some bugs, and it was quite nice to use. And I guess we helped developing it even further.
Okay, that's very, very cool. So was this just the first step of many, or is there more to come?
Sure, from other companies, because it's used for a lot of different websites, I guess. We hope we can also be a part of that, and hopefully open source some of our news packages we built with those components. So even other companies can just step on with news and use a wonderful open source CMS and build applications for the Swiss Postal Service.
Very nice. So we're really looking forward. We hope we can make you that open source contribution. Would be very nice.
Yes, I hope so too.
All right. So thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time. And this is your applause.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Speaker notes, speaker notes, speaker notes.
Well, yeah, while we are waiting for the speaker notes up here, that was quite like, we're gonna have to wait now a few seconds because we put in this little animation. You barely notice, it moves in the background and takes 30 seconds until I can switch to the next one.
Do you know a good joke?
In the meantime, no. Not one that can be told on the stage, but...
I have one, I have one.
Oh.
User interface is like a joke. If you have to explain it, it's a bad one. Okay, it's my turn again. Can I have the clicker? All right, so next up is the Innovation Award. And when it comes to innovation, this is something that really is in the DNA of the project. I mean, since from the start, it was all about rethinking stuff and making making things differently. And this has continued for the last few years, and even now with NEOS 9, there is so much innovation around. And this is why this year we would like to give an award for innovation. So the nominees are: myHogast is a joint... do I have to do one more time? Oh, sorry. Sorry. He did the slides. myHogast is a joint venture of Format.d and networkteam. Integrates visual editing into a Next.js app, powered by NEOS and Zebra. We already had a talk about it. This project demonstrates NEOS CMS capabilities to integrate into a larger, modern full-stack framework like Next.js without sacrificing editorial experience at all. With Hogast, myHogast showcased the innovation potential and its collaboration within the community. All right, the second one. Neo Sidekick by Code Q aims to provide advanced AI integration for Neos and other content management systems. With GDP4, it revolutionizes writing, summarizing, rephrasing, and generating content at a superhuman speed. Neo Sidekick is both innovative and pioneering as a Neo's package revenue model, setting potential new standards for developers, agencies, and freelancers alike.
I had to build in so many animations here that you don't click and accidentally tell everyone who's the winner. So you have to click twice now.
I have to click twice?
Yeah, okay. But you can do it slowly.
1. And the winner is myHogast, Format.de and Network Team. Gratuliere. Congratulations. So please make yourself comfortable. You guys have to move a little bit here. Thank you. Over there. Yeah, one here, one there. That's good.
It's gonna get a bit crowded, but we're going to solve that. So, well, yeah, David.
There's one more spot.
Oh yeah, we can move together. So now I got my fancy screen over here. And which you can see how it is moving. While first of all, congrats, awesome project. I really loved it. It could have even been in the application category. We put it here because it was so innovative, and you sent us a screencast, and what I saw was a regular Neos backend, but very different because you can edit in an app. Can you explain, like you had a whole talk about Zebra, but can you explain in 2 sentences the concept? Can be 2 long sentences.
Make it short.
Yeah, I try to keep it short. So, yeah, I will start a little bit with the project because the interesting part is that Benno came up to me and asked me if we can have a look at that project, and they have a customer and they have requirements because there's another IT company that built an app with Next.js, B2B platform. So we knew nothing about the specific requirements. It was about headless CMS, and he saw Zebra, and was that possible? And so the idea is you want to edit some content in an app which is built on a JavaScript framework, in this case Next.js. And so the customer had a look at commercial solutions with Contentful, and what was the visual editing tool? Stackbit, yeah. Not. I always mix that up with Storyblock, and that's not. So that ticked the boxes for the requirements, but it was like prohibitively expensive. And then we explored. Of course, we can have a look if we can use the Zebra, which uses React to render content and bring the Neos UI with full editing on top. Can we tick the same boxes with the solution? So we had the chance to do a week of really full-on proof of concept with long hours in our team, and we managed to because this was already written with App Router, which is like the new iteration of Next.js with server components and things. And so, yeah, we made sure we can do that. We evaluated that, and gladly the customer accepted the idea and gave us the budget, or your agency, and we only support in the hard cases. And yeah.
There were quite some cases that we dove into in the POC, like multiple dimensions and how we and there were some special use cases that maybe are not common for other projects, and we had to check if that's with the separate that works too, and everything we could check everything was going fine. And I want to mention one other thing, what I find really nice, that we were not thinking about NEOS in first glance. I saw your talk, but I was like, okay, maybe it's a bit experimental, and we don't have the project, or we don't do the business logic in the project. So maybe we can find another solution. And I found this commercial thing that would have worked, but the customer said no. We know NEOS because we have another project with NEOS running, and we want NEOS. And the customer was happy to go into provide a budget for us to evaluate it, and that was the really nice thing.
Ooh, very cool. So they practically forced you into NEOS. Yeah. What was the feedback afterwards? How do they like it?
It's basically the best working thing in the whole project. Let's keep it at that.
That is a cool feedback. I like it. I asked you already before, but I like basically the idea. Why Zebra? Why the name?
Philip, I think you came up with it. You had the idea. Afterwards, I would say over the stripes, layering different techniques on top, that makes sense, but it may be after the fact. I don't know how they came, but we liked the idea of the name, and then a zebra was born.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. This is your deserved award. And this one goes to Format D and Network Team. So let's get to the next one. We got 2 left. We left the number of awards at 6. So next one is a very special category that we're looking at the projects, and then we were creating some categories that more or less matched. And we had so many beautiful projects in the past, but not only beautiful, but carefully crafted and designed. And since one of the biggest unique selling propositions of NEOS is usability, also the usability in the backend is of vast interest for us. And that is what we looked at when it comes to this award. The first nominee, and for us as a jury, it was rather unusual to take an agency website into consideration for an award. But this one was so compelling in front-end and back-end that we just had to nominate it. And it's by far more than just an agency website. Its aim was to reorganize the 9 Swiss Jung von Matt agencies with 140 employees online, unify a fragmented web landscape, and create synergies. And if you have seen Stefan's talk, you have seen some interesting details on how the backend works. So this is a central content hub on the JVM-CH that contains all group content, cross-reference, and so on. And the next nominee, oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's for you. And the next nominee, and I've known this website from various lists I found on the web for a long time now, then is the career portal for the federal state of Lower Saxony, Niedersachsen, by Marktplatz GmbH. It showcases open positions, dual degree courses, and apprenticeships in public offices in Lower Saxony. The platform includes an API to the application management software and self-check to see which open positions might fit the applicant the best. The positions can be added by a backend editor easily without a programmer. The platform is responsive and available in several languages and accessible. And it's a beautiful website from Marktplatz GmbH.
Another joke?
Nope.
Okay.
And the winner of this year's NEOS Award for Design and Usability is Jung Switzerland Relaunch.
Vorsicht, schwer. Are you coming? I thought also Maya will come on stage, but we need some help here. A big applause for Maya, please.
Ja. Was?
Okay, so
Nemo hat sein Award auch kaputt gemacht.
please take a seat.
Sorry.
So next time we have to plan a little bit ahead because we would need more couch space. But okay, we will manage. Yeah, so congratulations. Would have a few questions. So the first one is that Jung von Matt is quite huge. I mean, I researched that you have offices in 12 countries around the globe. And where is actually your home base? So where is the headquarter? Where is happening what? How does this even work to have so many workplaces around the globe? There's the microphone.
Well, it is a global network, yes. The origin is in Hamburg, yes, also true. Switzerland's a little bit different because
In many ways.
Yeah. There were two brothers. One started it in Hamburg, and the other one started it later in Switzerland. So it's connected, but it's still a little bit of his own thing in Switzerland.
But the brothers were Swiss. Just to make things more confusing.
All right.
And they were neutral.
So this is basically now the website for Switzerland, for the tech division. So is there some impact maybe for other company organizations that might be some future NEOS websites maybe?
I did not get the question.
So is this just the first website of many within Jung von Matt, or will it stay with that one? Is there something you could tell us about that?
Well, not all agencies are online now, also agencies from Switzerland. So there will come more, but yeah, unfortunately it will stay in Switzerland.
Okay, but we could see from your submissions that you do quite a lot with NEOS. Is this an expanding field within Jung von Matt?
Well, in Switzerland, in Zurich, we are a NEOS company.
Okay, cool. Wow. And what was, I mean, you already had a talk about it, but maybe to sum it up somehow, so what was the biggest challenge of the project?
Maybe I have a response for that, because as you said, the JVM hub combines 9 entities within Swiss Jung von Matt, and Jung von Matt as a group has a motto. The English translation would be, we remain unsatisfied. In German, wir bleiben unzufrieden. And designing and creating a concept for a website where 140 people who remain dissatisfied have an input was a challenge. There was many opinions and many ideas, and then finding a way to shape that technically was the next issue, which would have been your response. Please.
All right. Well, the result is beautiful. Congratulations to your new company website, and a big applause for Jung von Matt, please.
So before we go on to the last award, I would suggest that we maybe just put some chairs over there, because we can stand, but I would love to have our guests to have a seat. So if we have, can have one or two, and maybe if you can, like, move one over. Perfect.
Good work. Good work.
No, perhaps sit down, sit down. Seat.
Looks good. So David, I click for you.
Yes, please.
Oh, here you go.
Okay. So, last but not least, we have the NEOS Gold Award. And among all those submissions, there can only be one that we decided to be the best project of the year, or we also like to say the one that is like no other we had this year. It convinced the jury in every regard, and only one of the next two projects will be able to get the award. So, the nominees are for the Gold Award. First, another great project from Jung von Matt, Switzerland. Helbling, the engineering and consulting company Helbling, celebrated their 60th anniversary with a comprehensive redesign of its brand identity. In collaboration with Jung von Matt Brand Identity and Jung von Matt Tech, the Helbling Group was undergoing a complete visual transformation. A key component of this rebranding effort is the updated website, which merges a refreshed brand presence with an optimized user experience. Okay, the next one. In Germany, almost every citizen has contact with the Verwaltungsberufungsgenossenschaft, kurz VBG, at least once in their lifetime, I guess. I'm not from Germany, but I was told so. VBG is the largest public accident insurance organization in Germany, covering nearly 36 million insured individuals across more than 1.5 million member companies, spanning over 100 sectors. I mean, this is huge. The VBG website caters the diverse audience, including entrepreneurs, safety experts, volunteers, managers, and insured individuals. Queo Next developed this website and significantly contributed to the development of NEOS 9 with it. Big applause.
And whoever wins here, I know that are from both agencies, a lot of people here, and I want you to crowd the stage.
Everybody's welcome. All right, and the winner is of this year's Gold Award. Queo with VBGD. Woo! Gratuliere.
So, wem darf ich das geben?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Here you go. Congratulations. So we have 2 spots on the couch, so ask the ladies to have a seat. And you can, well, we can...
The boys take the second row. Come on.
Perfect. Well, congratulations. Oh yeah, the mic is off.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know back in the days when Neo started and we did some pioneer work back in my agency, and I know how pioneering feels like. You did a lot of work with this project for Neos 9. How does it feel to be a pioneer?
It was exhausting sometimes. Yeah, but yeah, you should always try to do this, because if no one does, how do we get forward?
Absolutely. So you now worked a lot with Neos 9, and which feature are you most excited about?
Oh God, that's a difficult question. I can tell that I miss a feature because this. I must admit the website is not live in Neos 9 anymore. Because we did discover some performance issues which the team has tackled during the last couple of months. And the thing I missed most was the reference part. So working with references was the step while we downgraded it that I thought, oh no, this was getting more complex now. So that's the one I missed the most.
Yeah.
As of today, but it will change in the
Exactly,
future.
and you're practically kind of upgrade ready. So when there is a Neos 9, you could upgrade with this project, and it's going to be the first larger Neos 9 project that there is.
Yeah, it's probably I've tested it not with the last beta, but I think with what are we at 10? With 8, it's still running. So we just need some time, and I think with 10 it will still work.
Yeah, it needs people and agencies like you that take the courage to test those new things in those environments. Without that, we won't be getting where we want to get. So that's very valuable what you did. Thank you very much for that. For you as a developer, like how did it feel differently?
Oh God! So I have to look in this direction, because I'm not alone from the project. I'm not the only one working with the project. So I will have to switch the mic.
Well, thank you, Anke. Well, it was an interesting experience because we had to relearn a few things that work differently in Neos 9, and for me, it was also the first project of this size that I worked on. So that was an interesting challenge for me too. And mostly I found it very interesting how different things in the PHP part worked. Also, I'm only just starting to write PHP, but I had a lot less references that I could refer to and had to figure out a lot how things worked there. So that was interesting.
Oh, great. Well, that is a huge customer. So the VBG, it's huge. I mean, it has its fingers everywhere in Germany. So how does the customer or the editors like Neos?
The fun part was we presented Neos at the pitch. We had to show how editing works. And this was quite fun to do, I actually did that, and they loved it. So their real pain point was with the old system they had that they didn't see what they get. So the inline editing was a selling point at this point, which will be something Maya wants to hear more often. Yeah, so they like it, and they have many editors who will be onboarded regularly, and they love working with it, yes.
Great. Well, what remains to say is thank you very much for contributing to this project, to this community, and doing such a great project. Gold Award, NEO's Best Project, queo. And Sebastian, if I am informed correctly, they can remain seated, and are they gonna?
Maya has
You
some
have
things to say.
Yeah. So we are not. You can stay for
would
a
you like a
second. You
seat?
can also.
Would you like would someone like a seat?
Maybe
Would
one
someone
more
like an
thing before
award?
we move over to the next thing. Just real
Hold
quick.
on to it.
So the NEOS Award wouldn't be possible without your submissions. And we always we take a look at the submissions, and then we decide on which categories we will award this year. And so please, it's a shout out to submit your projects. We are really eager to see them, and if we have more projects, we might be able to make some subcategories someday, and even make the award bigger. So please, for next year, consider submitting to the NEOS Award. Thank you.
So thank you again to all the award winners. Great projects. Thanks a lot. And this was the NEOS Award 2024. To you.